Hey everybody, Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're reviewing here the DeWalt Toughsystem 2.0 small toolbox, otherwise known as the DWST08165. Now, if you saw our channel a few weeks ago, we already uploaded another video where we already showed the entire tower here of the brand new DeWalt Toughsystem 2.0, compared it to the older Toughsystem 1.0. But in this video, we're doing just this particular toolbox here. So it'll be shorter than the other video, but I'll put the link to that video down below there so you can go check it out. Man, these new one-handed auto connect side latches here, these are a major game changer. I did not expect that. See how much the Toughsystem 2.0 small toolbox weighs. 9 pounds, 1.7 ounces. Okay, now one great new feature that I do like about this that I'm pretty impressed with is DeWalt's brand new patented auto connect side latch system. And what that is if you'll notice, they changed the way the latches are on here. You'll see that they're springy. See how they have, and I'll show you close up too, but I just want to show you from a broad view here. Toolbox down here on this end here, and you push here, see how it latched that, and you do the same thing on the other side. Just push it down. No, there you go. And that's all you have to do. Okay, so here's a close-up look of how these latches work. See, they're springy. They have a spring load here, and they just move that much. That's all they need to move. You can see the spring right there. See how it just moves it just like that. Now if you look very closely right here, you see that L shape right there? That's the grabbing part of the latch. So this is what snaps onto the bottom of the storage toolbox when you put the next DeWalt Toughsystem 2.0 toolbox right down on top of this. So it's going to land on this latch. It's going to push the latch out like that. It's going to go down a little more, and then the latch will snap right over it. So let's take a look at how that. So here you can see the latching surface right there, and it's going to stick right on here. So what you do is whatever your toolbox you're going to put down on here, you put it down and then push it, you see? Okay, now let's take a look at it again. I'm going to do it in slow motion for you. So now the box you just put on there has its own latch on top of it to store another box on top of this one. Okay, now watch this. In order to unlatch it here, you can just push in on the latch there and it comes right up. And you don't even have to worry about the other side because you just pull it up and out. So it's basically one-handed operation. And put it back on. Whereas over here on the older DeWalt Toughsystem 1.0 system here, it's a lot more work because you have to lift up the storage box before you can set it back down again. You have to move the latch out of the way like that. You have to put the box back down, make sure it's all the way down and all the way in there and tight. And this was the part that was always a bone of contention for me. It is so hard to get that thing to snap in. I had to use a lot of finger and hand and wrist strength. So if you have weak hands or you have any kind of disabilities, weak fingers, weak hands, I would not recommend this older system. Your work's not done yet. Now you got to go back around and do the other side. Okay, so on the other side, same thing. Lift up, pull the latch out, seat the toolbox down nice, and make sure that you have that thin gap there, right, where it comes all the way down. You're putting in a lot of force. You really got to push to get that puppy over that hump. Okay, here's another nifty feature that I thought was kind of nice about this is, so you know they have this badge here showing the Toughsystem 2.0. Is you can stick your finger into this thing here and pull it up and out, and it slides up, right? And you can take this out of there and replace it with your own label. So let's say you had several boxes and you wanted to label, this one's all drills. The next box will be all saws and blades and stuff. Okay, now all of these new Toughsystem 2.0 lids come with this little fixture here to store your DeWalt Tool Connect tag. And that's DCE041. They're very expensive little boogers. They can be like 35, 40 bucks a piece. But they screw in here on the lid, and big contracting firms will use these to help track their inventory. What I don't know though is what goes here. So another kind of interesting feature here is they're really putting the Toughsystem logo all over the place. So this right here is part of that rubber yellow gasket that goes all around underneath the lid, goes all the way around. That's what satisfies our IP65 requirement here. Okay, now on the new DeWalt Toughsystem 2.0 storage toolboxes, they reverted back to only one hole here for your padlock. So let's see if we can get it to fit here. It just barely makes it, but it fits. So you get a good long neck lock here, and there you go. You gotta fight with it just a teeny bit. Okay, so let's open up the small toolbox. Let's see what's under the hood. 3 compartment containers here that are nice and deep. And then room in here to store probably just hand tools, maybe a drill. So I've got my DCD996, and you can see that yes, it does indeed fit in there nicely. Not with the battery on though. So now here I have my impact driver. This is the DCF887. And by the way, both of these two came in that kit that I told you about during my walkthroughs before Father's Day here at Home Depot. And if you guys didn't get that kit with these 2 drills in it and the fast charger and the bag for $279, man, you missed out, because that was a heck of a deal. See, so here's the same deal. It's back at Home Depot right now. Of course, this is not a deal of the day, but I just wanted to show you. They've got them back in stock. All right, so this won't fit in there like that with the battery on. Let me see if I take the battery off. Yeah, if I take the battery off, it's fine. And I'll put it here, and I'll put my flexible battery here. Let's see if it can fit in there and close. Yeah. And then we'll see if they're wobbling around in there a little bit. Nothing big. That's fine. Or what I could do with this case later on is get these out of here. I don't know if I'm going to use these or not, but I can get that Kaizen foam, you know, where you stick it in here. You got the driver there and the other driver there, charger in the middle. Little storage bin that they give you inside this. There's 2 of these, and each one of these measures exactly 12 inches across. If I take the wide part here, 5.5 inches deep, and it looks to be about 4 3/4 inches tall. And it's just a plastic snap on the front here like that. You just lift it up, and then flipping it around to the back here, you can see these are just the plastic hinges. So when you open it up, you have these little compartments here. Now these are removable, so you can put even more tools in here if you wanted. So you can control how big these compartments are, anywhere from 4 inches to 8 inches to 12 inches all the way across. The bottom of the box, look at the shape of it here. So they made the bottom of the box is kind of like a hexagon shape. So it will stand flat like that, but it will also rock a little bit. Okay, so everything else that you see here, all of the other mechanical features on this Toughsystem 2.0 small toolbox right here is identical to the features that you will see on the other 2 boxes. Mainly the auto connect side latches here, these guys, same thing. The pop-up center piece here that allows you to latch on the half cases that you might want to put on top. The removable, that's what I call it, the marquee. The same type of latches. Those things really shut with some force too, man. Holy cow. Okay, watch this. Once you get past this equilibrium point right here, it just takes off. Boom! I wouldn't want to get my fingers caught behind there. Oh, 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 oh. All right, now when you lift it up and look at the bottom, it has the same 4 little miniature stubby legs here. See, these 4. And these are made to fit in the grooves that are on top. So those bottom legs line up right here. See these 4 locations here? So that allows you to line them up before you snap them into place into these auto connect side latches here. Okay, now let's concentrate on the hinge here, because watch what happens here. You see right here, there's a mechanical feature and another one here, and listen. You hear that little kind of a click? Once you get it up above the vertical position, the lid will stay open by itself. It won't close. See, look, you can bounce it around a little. The wind is not even going to close this lid until you give it enough force with your hand here to, see that? You hear that? Now here's the hinge viewed from the back. And look at these giant fins. This thing reminds me of a heat sink, you know, look at the support. And so these hinges are very similar to the 5-segment hinges we showed you earlier on the older box. They've stuck with the older 5-segment design that's split in the middle. Whereas the bigger box that we just showed you, that one, the hinge went all the way across. Now I don't know why they ventured from that on this particular box here. Still feels like a solid design, but we'll find out when we go to do the drop tests. And of course it's got places here for the other parts that screw in. And it has the massive IP65 rated gasket going all the way around that should keep water from getting inside this case. And we'll find out if that works once we go to do the water testing. Strange on the lid here of the Toughsystem 2.0. You can see all the grid marks here from the reinforcement underneath on the backside. So these are like mold marks here, which is kind of odd. The old one doesn't really have it. You can maybe barely almost make out 1 or 2 of the diagonal lines there. So this is typical of Keter, even on their table here, where you can see the lines. So that's the back side of the structure underneath. Say hello to my little friend. See what we got inside here. A small toolbox. I see a couple of drops that were mated in here, but at least it's very, very little amount of moisture, not enough to cause any damage to a tool, in my opinion. See, just some few droplets in the back there. Okay, and then again, these job site organizers, even though they look like they're Toughsystem, they're really not. Nor are they compatible because, again, like with these, they're not as wide as the Toughsystem here, so they'll never clamp onto them. They will, however, clamp onto each other. And if you recall, a few months ago, we did a video tool review of this, comparing this against the Milwaukee's version, so you got to check that out. I'll put a link to that down in the description below. Well, we hope you're finding this video informational so far, and I hope we've given you enough data here to help you determine whether or not you should upgrade to the Toughsystem 2.0 here. And if you're liking this video, do us a favor, would you please give us a thumbs up down below? Just click on that like button down there that tells us that you like us. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, hey, why not? You see all the types of incredible videos we put out for you and all of the... So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you click on that subscribe button down below and then click that little gray bell icon next to it. That tells YouTube to alert you every time we upload a video or go live. That way you'll never miss one. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.